Hi, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to day 8 of my Couples That Work at Home survival series. Today I'll be talking about how to get the support we need from work to have a decent life with our partners while we're stuck at home. Research shows us that one of the biggest risks for people who work from home is overwork, and its long-term consequence, burnout. The concern that often leads to overwork is one that's familiar to many of us right now. How can I work the hours I need to? How can I make sure I get stuff done and that my boss and my co-workers still recognise and value my contributions? When we're worrying about performing well and being noticed, it gets a lot harder to ask for more support. And yet more support is exactly what we need right now if we're to feel safe and strong enough to get some decent work done. In previous instalments, we spoke about how to get support from our partners, but not all working couple issues can be solved in the couple. If we feel stressed and unsupported at work, for example, we might end up asking our partners for reassurance and help that they simply can't give because we need to get it elsewhere. It would be wonderful if our bosses and organisations recognised that and saw it as their business to give us the support we need to do our best in work without sacrificing our partners and families. But that kind of enlightened talent management, in my experience at least, is very rare. So we are going to have to manage up and all around to get the support we need. And our partners should encourage us to do that and ask for what we need at work rather than compensating for what we miss. So let's say you're feeling you are working too hard these days without the necessary recognition and support. Before we talk to our bosses and our team, we really need to understand what is it we need and how can we maximise our chance of getting it. That's what our partners can help us do, and that is what today's exercise is about. As always, you can download the worksheet from my website. The exercise will help you think about 4 topics you might want to discuss with your boss. If they remind you of the topics from previous instalments, it's because our bosses and co-workers are significant relationships too, even if of a very different kind. The first area to consider discussing is your priorities. Most of our jobs have changed, and not just because we're working from home. Some projects have been cancelled, others become more urgent. Being clear about what you should focus on and agreeing that with your boss is critical. Second is expectations, not only for the work you must deliver, but about your working process. What are your bosses and team's expectations for communication frequency, working hours? How many video calls do you really need to attend? Third is boundaries. Are there boundaries you need to negotiate? Times, for example, when you need to care for your children and won't be available for conference call. Consecutive hours you can be online during the day, etc. Fourth is the resources you need. Your team, if it's like many others, will be on a tight budget these days. But money is not the only thing we need. Think about what else might make your life easier and your work better and who you need to ask for it. You could look at today's exercise as an individual one, something that you have to manage alone for the sake of your productivity and well-being. But I encourage you not to see it that way. Many successful couples I interviewed for my book delighted in helping each other figure out how to stand up for themselves and get what they needed and deserved at work. Therefore, I suggest that you do today's exercise with your partner and both help each other find good ways to negotiate with your bosses and co-workers. After all, you will both benefit from the additional support, and doing the exercise together might also help you revisit your own discussion about boundaries, priorities and support. I hope today's exercise helps take the pressure off your work and couple and improves your work and life at home. That should prepare you well for tomorrow's instalment, where we'll turn the tables and discuss how you can be a better manager for others who are working and having a relationship at home. It will also be a video you can forward to your boss. I'll see you then.